So this week, what I'm thinking is I feel like you guys are ready for a little bit of a challenge. So what I'd like for us to do this week is kind of jumping off of what we talked about last week with sort of taking maybe some issues that we're encountering in the world and bringing that into our artwork. So what I think we should do for this week is work on expanding our perspectives. And I'll just read off a little piece that I have here. So part of the work of being an artist is to present a new thought or idea to our viewer. Art has the power to change people's perspectives even when words fail. But before we can develop powerful work and share ideas, it's good to understand differing points of view. Understanding a person's mindset can be a very strong tool for creating work that connects to them. So again, I feel like there's a lot of, people having like dialogues and going back and forth on like Facebook and stuff. And you can use your art as a way to express your thoughts and your opinions on things. And one of the best ways to do that is to really get into the mindset of where each side's coming from. Okay, let's go on. So our challenge for this week is going to be to choose a subject and explore two opposing viewpoints on it. So when I'm talking about doing this challenge, it can be something silly, it can be something serious, but basically you're going to want to find a topic that you feel maybe kind of like neutral about. I'd say you're not 100% decided, but you have an opinion on one part of it. And for step one, you're going to choose your topic and journal your viewpoint on it. Try to use visually descriptive words. We talked about that a little bit in our exercise last week, where you guys were picking out words that bring little snapshots to mind, because that's really going to help you when you translate that writing piece into a work of art. So for example, I just chose something silly that we could work with, and I went with the debate on whether pickles are good or gross. And I feel like a lot of people feel very polarized on it. So for my first viewpoint, I took the standpoint of pickles are disgusting and no one should eat them. I hate their gross green color and their ugly texture. So you can see I wrote that down. It's silly, but I came up with some descriptive words that I could kind of key into when I'm doing the art piece. Now for step two, what you're going to want to do is take that opposite perspective and journal about that. So for example, we'd say pickles are the food of angels and everyone should eat them. I love their crisp crunch and tangy flavor. So then from there, I just kind of journaled some of the things about them that are good. Again, it's just a silly example, but I feel like it's a good one to help you get into that mindset. Okay. Now for step three, you're going to create your first journal side. So what I was thinking for this is we can create a dual entry. So you're going to want to open up the journal so that you have, side-by-side blank pages. And then one half will be the first viewpoint, the other half will be the second one. And I'll show you guys my example at the end. So you're going to use the descriptions that you wrote to kind of hone in on each of the visual points for these pieces. Try to key in on those visual terms. Consider how color, scale, and pattern play a role in conveying your viewpoint. So for example, if one side is a negative viewpoint, you can use darker colors. Maybe the scale of things is a lot bigger and more. So just think about those elements and principles and how you can work them into the symbolism of whatever it is you're trying to say. Now for step four, you're going to create your second journal entry, presenting the second viewpoint. Again, keeping those elements and principles in mind. The final step would be to examine both of the pieces you created and just see if you've gained any new or useful information off of it. And all right, I'm going to show you guys my piece now. And I remember my subject's pickles. I feel like you guys are going to like this. I got to turn off the light though for it. Okay. So here's the piece and it lights up. So again, you can see with this. Huh?
That's so great.
It's fun, right? So, again, I thought like going with a silly example would be the best way just to help you guys understand. It's more of an exercise in figuring out how you can bring visual power to whatever viewpoint. And just helping you see like both sides of an argument, how you can kind of work that into your artwork. So you can see with my original standpoint, these were my original thoughts on pickles. And then we come over and you can see I'm kind of reflecting some of that stuff that I wrote in my journal entry about pickles. For the record, I do love pickles, so this part was a lot. But But all right, if you guys want to unmute, we can talk a little bit if anybody has questions or anything. I'll just leave this up. Hopefully it doesn't fall. All right. Does anybody have any questions or maybe an idea for a topic that you might want to explore?
And start off with, do you like pickles or not?
Oh, yeah.
Good or bad? Lucy, are pickles good or bad?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, no, Lucy.
No. What about you, Carly?
I like pickles.
Pickles are good. Lucenzo?
I'm stuck in the middle. I don't like them. I don't hate them.
That's an interesting perspective then, too. And then Emily?
It depends on the type of pickle.
That's a good answer.
And Haley?
Oh, they're good.
They're good. All right. So we got some very distinctive voices here. So don't think you have to be stuck to this, but what's an object you guys know may or may not, people may or may not like?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Vanilla ice cream or vanilla as a flavoring?
Just like vanilla flavor.
Vanilla flavor. All right. And that's a depends for me. Like, I don't like a vanilla candle, but I love vanilla ice cream.
Again, if you guys do choose to do this exercise throughout the week, whatever your viewpoint is, you don't necessarily have to even make it super obvious to us. If it's something where you want to explore a topic that's a little bit heavier, and you're maybe, you don't feel comfortable sharing exactly what you dove into, you can always just show us the artwork piece too. So more importantly for this activity, I just would like you guys to do something that you feel like you can connect with, to make something that feels meaningful to you. And if you have a hard time with that, then just choose a silly light topic too, just to get the practice for it.
So I would love for all of you guys to do this for next week. So if you can make sure to put that on your agenda, and most of them finished school this week. So a lot of them said that they're excited now to get to work on their own and work on the project. So
Good.
Anybody have any more ideas? No, kind of hard sometimes when you're asked right offhand.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, Emily?
If you like bees or not, like some people are really scared of bees, they might be allergic to them, but I love them. I think they're super cute.
That's a good one. It's a really good thought process. I feel like there's so much you could do with that vision too. Like that.
Aren't you guys curious how she lit the pickles up for the fire and the
Show you guys.
halo?
So I just had some little fairy lights that I basically just taped to the back. And then if I didn't want a section to show, like where I was crossing in between, I just used a little bit of darker tape, some masking tape to kind of block it off. So, and then you can reuse them too. So it's nice.
How do they turn on?
So I have a little box thing here.
Oh, okay.
Battery pack, and you just turn it on and off. I love these. These are so useful. I use them for like so much stuff.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
What other things do you guys like about these two illustrations? Any things that we've learned that she's done
I
in
feel
these
like
pages?
they're super fun and bubbly.
Thanks.
What was that?
I think they're just super fun and bubbly to look at. Like I want to keep looking at it,
And I like how she did some of the pop-up elements for the wings. That really takes that to another level. And also the one pickle for the fire pickle, that looks like you cut it out of a magazine.
Well, I did do some collage. So yeah, it's that one's collaged in.
Mm-hmm. So Lucenzo, this is kind of like when you showed me your piece from this that you did this week. So think about next week when you work on your project to use some of these elements from previous weeks, and I think it could be really interesting.
Yeah. What I'm hoping is that, you know, we'll build up with all the skills that we've learned along the way and be able to combine them. And, you know, again, you don't have to use all of them at once, but now you have a bunch more tools in your toolbox to kind of work from. So.
Did you want them to share their pieces from last week?
I'd love to see them if you guys don't mind sharing them with me.
I think Carly and Lucenzo have something to share. Haley, did you have a piece to share?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so if you can concentrate on having something next week with this love and hate, that would be great, Haley.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead, Lucenzo.
Okay, so I have this, and this is based off the pride thing that we were doing.
Oh, cool. I love that. Is that all colored pencil?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it. And let me see that center emblem a little bit again. The lion. Cool, it's a sword. I couldn't see the bottom of it first. I like
So
that.
tell her about your symbolism.
So the sword and the lion are supposed to represent bravery, and then the rainbow is supposed to represent happiness.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like it. Good job.
Thank you.
Very nice. And
I like what
Carly,
you did too with the rainbow swirling out instead of just being like a rainbow in like the stacking order that we normally see. I think that made it a little bit more dynamic compositionally. Good job.
Thank you.
Carly, did you want to go ahead and share yours?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I chose the word unity and friendship, and I still need to do the background. I don't know if I like how it turned out, but this is what I made. Their hair is flowers because I remember you did the you put the stuff in the jar a little while ago, the moss. So
Oh, the moss, yeah.
flowers. Yeah.
I love that. I'm so happy to see you pull in those 3D elements. And it's just such a fun piece. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the flowers and the hair are awesome. I love how you were inspired all week with the flowers and going outside and picking those. Want to share with her your fashion illustrations?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see those.
Alright. This is one I put in a real flower. It's a little bit squished, but and
Nice.
then this is my other one.
Oh, that's great. I would wear either of those outfits. I like that. They're both great. Very nice. I'm so happy to see you take an inspiration like that from nature. I mean, especially since you guys can get out and, you know, get outside a little bit now. That's awesome. Good job.
And Carly, we have, let's see, I'm trying to see what her, it's not coming up. Let's see. I'll find her. Oh, here it is. I'm going to write it down. This is a former Jumpstart student, and she has her master's from FIT in fashion illustration. And if you want to follow her on Instagram and, you know, maybe say, hey, I'm a Jumpstart student. Jane told me, you know, could you follow me? Or later, if you did want to talk to her, I can connect you with her. She's so sweet. She lives in Brooklyn. And let me put it in the caption. So CATTWILLETT. And I know Lucy's interested in illustration, correct? So
Possibly, I'm not really sure.
not really sure, but if you guys want to follow her on Instagram, that's her info there. And again, she's just wonderful. So if you ever wanted to talk with her about that major, feel free.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to share, or doesn't have to be the project from last week or anything?
I know you guys shared with me, but if you want to share with Julia, feel free.
I wanted to. Could I share that one again?
You guys all can share everything again if you like, so don't be shy.
Whatever you want.
I was pretty happy with how this one turned out.
Oh, is that Lapita?
What?
Is that Lapita Nayung?
No, but yeah, I don't know. It makes me. I really like how the color palette turned out. So I think I want to make like a series of rainbow like faces. So like I do one that's like blue and pink and all the colors of the rainbow. So.
Oh, awesome! It looks beautiful. I like the you did the shape really nice. Great job.
So do you know who that is, or do you not?
I don't remember their name. I can look.
Okay, maybe
yeah,
Julia,
it looks a lot like Lupita.
Yeah, Julie, maybe you can write her name in the chat box, just in case. That way she sees it. And Emily said that her picture of, I don't know if you've seen it before, of George. I thought she was joining us. Like, what? Look, he does us.
It is her.
It is her. Okay. I wondered if maybe the pronunciation got a little confusing because I'm like, it looks an awful lot like her too.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. That's good that we could tell like off the bat. So you're doing a great job then.
Yeah, I could post it and tag her, I guess.
You should.
Yeah. Do
Definitely.
it. Do it. Emily sold her first piece.
Yay! Awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah. Was this the submission with the band?
This was a painting I had done a while ago.
So cool. How did you, did somebody just reach out to you for it? Or?
And then, yeah, he did. So that was a really cool experience to be able to sell it. And then I gave him some of my business cards too. So it was fun.
Congratulations. That's a big deal, like selling your first piece. So congrats.
It's a huge deal. Yeah. Nice. Business cards. Do any of you guys have business cards? If you ever wanted to make them, you could. Did you do it on Vistaprint? Or how did you make your business card?
I don't remember which website I used, but I used a website for it.
Okay. If anybody here ever wants to do that, let me know. There's so many easy places you can do it, and probably for like $20, $40 tops, but then it gets cheaper every time you order them.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt you, Emily. Go ahead with what you were saying.
So then I also did this painting of George Floyd, which was recognized by this guy who has thousands of followers, and he reposted it, used it as a thumbnail in a video. And so that was, you know, cool to be able to spread the message. And then I also did this painting here.
Oh, beautiful.
Aren't these gorgeous?
Yeah. Love the way the background color interacts with her skin tone too. Beautiful.
Thank you. So that was what I did this week, kind of.
I'm always so impressed with you guys. You guys are so much better than I was when I was your age.
I know. They really are. You guys work hard though, all of you. You know, it just seems like you're always working on your art, and let me tell you, that makes a difference.
It does.
So that's great.
Awesome. Well, I have one more piece I could share with you guys. Let me just grab it. unless I put it in the other room. You know what? I'll just share it in on my screen here, because I think I put it somewhere. Oh wait, here it is. Just a little oil piece I did of my perception of 2020. So. So that's been keeping me busy this week, and I got a mural gig that I'm gonna be working on. So if the weather, continues to be nice and I get out there sooner rather than later, I'd love to invite you guys to come out as well. So I'll keep you posted on that. For anybody who's interested in learning about how murals, are done.
Murals are really popular now, and it seems like a great way to get exposure. And also, they're just so incredible, and when you drive by them, and they can really, I think, inspire a neighborhood. So where exactly will this mural be?
So this is on the side of a new development, like apartments that they did over off of Broadway. So it's really, really cool. They basically built it from the ground up. The site used to be like the soil was toxic and everything, and they dug it out and recleaned everything and like made it a habitable site, and then built these, technically they're affordable living houses, but they're like gorgeous. I would move in if I could, but I guess their waiting list is like 200 people deep, and they're amazing. So I just think it seems like a project that is really worthwhile, and they want to invest in the community. So I'm excited.
And it's very nice when you have an artist invite you. Sometimes you don't always get these chances, and it would be a great learning experience. And like I said, for you guys' college resumes, to say that you worked with Julia.
Yeah. And it can be a great way to earn income. I mean, not every mural has to be a massive mural. Like when I was in high school, I would do little murals like in people's homes and stuff, and make like a decent amount of money on the side. So, if you guys are ever interested in the business aspect of stuff, I'd be happy to, share what I know too, if that's something you guys want.
And it can be hard. I know Julia's one of these people, when you work at a nonprofit like Buffalo Art Studio, and we do ask artists to help donate, and we're always we hate to do that, but we also need to survive. It's very hard. I was telling them, Julia, we've already made over $20,000.
Oh wow, from the auction? That's awesome.
And Julia donated 4 pieces, and I think 3 of those pieces already sold for $250, which is the max you can sell it for. So Julia's donated $1,000, and I believe your lemon is for another auction.
Yeah.
To raise awareness or to help support Black Lives Matter project.
It's for Black Love Resisting the Rust. So it's a local organization that does, work around that.
So sometimes that can get hard too as an artist. If you keep donating work, you want to get paid for the work, but it's a hard thing. So you need to decide who you want to support as an artist. And that way you know how to do that. Without
there's a lot of stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, there is a lot of stuff that I do have to say no to, because people do ask for donations all the time, but I try to look at, if the organization is doing things that are in keeping with like what I want to see as far as change goes, and then I will donate to those organizations. But you can't give to everybody, unfortunately. So the nice thing about art is that while I maybe don't have $1,000 in cash to donate, it's cool to know that I contribute in that way.
Oh, very good. All right, so you guys all know what to do for next week?
Yeah.
Awesome. No school, so we're excited to see the project. Lucy, are you working on your sketchbook now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look very intent, so that's awesome. All right, guys. Julia, did you have anything else?
No, I'm just excited to see what you guys come up with, and it was nice seeing the work that you showed today. It was a nice little bright spot, so I'm always happy to see you guys and see what you produce.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll see you next Friday.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.